The way we got started was in Miami. You know, we were out there as a live band, basically cutting our teeth out there, playing after DJs. You know, which is kind of really like helped form a lot of how we make our music and stuff. You know, we always had to play coming right off of DJ getting the whole crowd dancing, so we had to make sure that our music could compare. You know what I'm saying? So with that, we just made some noise in Miami until we caught the ear of Dave Weiner, the A&R and vice president out in Strange Music. And he was able to get us on some shows with Tech Nine. We were able to impress him, and you know, the rest is history, man. We signed with Strange Music around, what year was it? 2011. So yeah, we you know, we're working this. We're about to release our 5th studio album with them called South of 5th. And yeah, man, we're out here in LA trying to promo the whole thing, man.
Yo, what up, y'all? We are Mayday. Our brand new album is South of 5th. You're watching the Buzz Artist Spotlight.
Let's go.
Oh hell, now pay some mind to the missiles. Got bombs dropping downtown by the shit looks. Hit the whistles where the kids go. I've been juiced up by the barricade. Drank blue stuff in the marinade. Slang dukes up for the hazard pay. Juggling 5 hand grenades. PC, my generation. These tweets we generate got me in need of administration and apologies that been waiting like what? I ain't mean to offend my people. It was just jokes. Can I get my life back from them notes? I've been erased and immortalized in a bitter race with shorter time. God in my face at the borderline. You gon' need more quarter slime if you wanna ride these lanes slow while they terrorize our main flow. You can play this thing like a game show, but it ain't though. Better let it go.
We gon' get there. If we keep going, gon' get there.
Yeah, we just dropped our latest single from the album. It's called Shelter. It's one of the like more hybrid tracks on the album, whereas like we're rooted in hip hop. We wanted to do like an island beach album, something you could like play at a barbecue. And he went to Seven, who is Tech Nine's one of Tech Nine's main producers, and told him, I think the phrase was reggae trap, I want to say, which I always thought was like this is like such a great producer that you could really just give him 2 keywords, and then he ends up like really bodying the like what you're looking for. And Shelter is one of those tracks on the album where it is a perfect combination of like island vibes. When it comes on, it just kind of makes you feel good, and then when you're not looking, it like smacks you upside the head with like deep like sub bass and just like you know, shatters the roof. So we shot a video in Kansas City, and we were able to pull it off and make it look like we were actually shooting it over. I feel like it kind of looks like Cuba, Jamaica. It really like looks like we were even in maybe Miami as well for parts of it. We were in Jamaica. Yeah, they have like overheads of I want to say it's either Cuba or Jamaica, and then we shot a bunch of stuff. We shot some soundstage stuff, and then we shot outside in like this block. We blocked off our first street for the first time ever shooting in Kansas City. Yeah, and we were amazed that we were able to kind of give it that aesthetic in Kansas City, which is where, you know, the label is based. So we wanted to go out there and work with them, and it just ended up looking better than I think we would have imagined it looking.
I've been so high that I can't come down. I've been so low, I've been underground. But how would you know? How would you know? Oh, yeah. I was alone when the sun came down. I was afraid I wouldn't make it out. Felt so lost, now I'm finally found. But how would you know? How would you know? How would you know? Oh, yeah. How would you know? How would you know? Oh, yeah. How would you know? How would you know? How would you know? Oh, yeah. How would you know?
It's been a minute since we last spoke. I feel like we got way up out of key that last note.
We're musicians, first and foremost, you know. And I think we just wanted to, you know, we're constantly learning. As we learn our instruments and as we learn, you know, more and more about theory and about music, it enters who we are, you know what I mean? And on top of, yeah, we're trying to mature as human beings, and I think all of that, in the beginning stages of Mayday, you hear a lot of that rawness. And that kind of like uneditedness, you know, and now in my opinion, you hear like professionals really, like, I mean, people that really are like mastering their craft, you know, is just like really opening their wings, you know. It's almost like when you hear, not to harp a lot on tech, but when I hear tech rap, the first thing that I think a lot of times is like, wow, all those years of him rapping, like, to me is apparent every time he spits. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just this kind of like, it's a master. You know, like you're watching a master. And I feel like we're trying to enter that dimension now as musicians. And when you look at our whole body of work, I think that like that's what we want to achieve. You know, like, wow, you know, these guys really painted with like a lot of colors. You know. Well, it's very different and yet very much a normal Mayday album in the sense that it still has the same Mayday approach that we took to the music, but just like when we worked with Murs on Murs Day, and we decided to change like our sonic aesthetic to be like more brass and more big band, and on this latest album, South of Fifth, we decided to kind of go more of like a reggae and island vibe kind of vibe with the album, you know, and it's also kind of harping back to like in the 90s with really dope acts like, you know, Mad Lion and when, you know, hip hop and reggae really was like very infused, you know. So we kind of wanted to harp back on and touch on that a little bit as well with the album, you know, because to us, you know, dance hall and hip hop are just, they're one and the same, you know, in a lot of respects. So, you know, we decided to just do that, man, you know, and this all came after a year of touring with these really amazing, like, genre-bending reggae bands like Common Kings and Dirty Heads, you know, like that it kind of inspired us because the audience was so receptive to the Mayday sound, which at the time wasn't at all of that vibe. They just liked our vibe. So it really inspired us to be like, oh man, we should maybe do an album kind of on this vibe. And, you know, the result is this, you know, we decided to kind of take our version of like your best beach playlist, Mayday beach playlist is kind of like what we try to do with it, you know?
So if you're ready, please welcome back the brand new Strange Music Zone! Ring the fucking alarm, Mayday! It's Mayday! Union Jack Goblin, Laser Whiskey Goblin, Bazooka 2, Batarang on the man, I need no robbing. Mayday all day long and the fam is steady mobbing. Tagging up the carpet with a swagger steady dropping. Listen now, rounds, this is out of character. Please don't let it frighten you. Be like Frank Bannister. I've been bored for so long. Please send me a challenger. Even if I say you're women, I gotta give it up. Tell them you don't wanna handle her. Please my God for the camera. Stick to be dramatic, bro. My niggas thinking it'll damage her. Leave me drinking, I'ma jack the ball.
We have a unique, amazing live show. I would highly recommend that you take your soul into a venue and watch us perform and do. I'll tell you right now, it truly is a Mayday experience. That's the best way I could describe it.
And we also, for a long time, were really good at crafting versions of the live songs that sounded a little bit different than the album. So it also kept people wanting to go to the shows because they could never hear certain versions of the song because we were really like specific to doing them only live that way. And then they would hear the album version and it would be slightly different. And so we kind of like gave them reasons to want to come to the show. Besides just the energy, they would also hear versions of songs or remixes of songs that they couldn't hear on the records, you know. So it kind of gives you a reason to come out. There's definitely a couple of like types of albums that we want to do, and live album is one of them. We were going to do one for Murs Day, and then it just kind of fell by the wayside because we were running the album and touring the album, and it just kind of like fell down the list of priorities at the time. But I think a live album for us is definitely in the cards, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Also because in hip hop, like specifically, it's not done very often. You know, it's only been, you know, the Roots. I think is the only group I can think of that's like pulled it off for real. So it would be really fun to do it for us for sure. You can find us at MaydayOnline.com for all your Mayday needs. We're also on all the socials at Mayday Music. And coming to a city near you very soon. And yeah, you can also check us all over strangemusicinc.net, or strangevip.com has all our tour dates coming up for the South of Fifth tour. We'll be in a city near you all through the fall, and the new album is out right now.
What's up? My name is Anonymous, repping the Mayday crew.
Yeah, Mr. Burns here.
What up, my name is Recognize. We are Mayday. Our brand new album is South of Fifth, and you've just been buzzed.
Will you give me asylum when AI come to oppress us? Yes, everybody wanna get deep as the abyss, but ain't got the right air tank. They all been sank since I began. They need a light.